What's up? My name's Jeremiah. I'm over here at Eternal Games. Topped over here with pure Swordsoul featuring Vishuddha because Vishuddha's good. So let's go ahead and get started. So first we start off with 2 Ecclesia. Now I played 2 Ecclesia because there are other cards in here that I wanted to make space for, more interruptions, and I see Ecclesia a lot, so 2 Ecclesia is not a problem. I draw into this card almost every time, so it's not even a problem playing it at 2. Next I play 2 Moye. It's pretty much the same deal as with Ecclesia. I pretty much see this card a lot, so there isn't really any problem with me not seeing it as much because, you know, like I said, I have more interruptions in here that I need to put in, that I wanted to put in, so it still works out regardless. I see Moye almost every time. Next we'll go triple Longyun. Now I play Longyun at 3 because he's the one that special summons from hand, obviously, and
don't forget to hit your credit.
And he's the one that lets you special summon him from hand and then bring out a token. So pretty much he's not on field when you do his effects. So playing him at 3 is very useful. At 2, I play Taye. Taye is standard here at 2, so there's not really much to it. He's not a starter, but when you see him going second, he's really good. He works well with the deck. Only at 2. Now I do play pure Swordsoul, however, I do play 2 Vishuddha only because this card is really good because of the bounce effect, and you almost never not want to see this card when you're going second, because it's a good bait out to make sure your opponent, you know, if they have something, just make sure you can get rid of it. For the hand traps, we run double Veiler, double Ash, and triple D-Shifter. Now D-Shifter is one of the cards that I bumped up to 1 from 2, and that's one of the ones I took out for Ecclesia. Running this at 3 is like really good. Even if you blind it, if your opponent goes first, is really good because most of the time they're not gonna really expect you to play it in Swordsoul, so it's more or less like, okay, you hit them with the shifter, and then it's like either they make their plays and end on a minor board, or they just end their turn right then and there. So this card is really good in the format. So this is the reason why I don't play all the Tenyis except Vishuddha, because Tenyis can't really play through shifter. And then for the spells, we go triple emergence. This card is too good not to play at 1 or 2. You need to play it at 3. 3, you know, it's the Rhoda of the deck. You know, you gotta play this at 3. Play 1 Swordsoul Sacred Summit. This one's pretty standard. Even though I do play shifter, most of the time I don't see this in shifter at the same time. So this also helps for extending plays, you know, bait out your opponent. And play triple pot. Triple pot, really good in this deck. You play multiples of different cards, so you rarely will see any cards your 3 of or 2 ofs get banished. So a lot of the times, even if you play this card, you still have a lot more plays to go through. Play triple Dark Ruler. Now this deck can go first or second, so Dark Ruler's obviously the going second card. Really good. It needs no explanation. It just pretty much mass negates the board. And then we play 1 instant fusion because we play Untitled Bolus, and we also play Mud Dragon of the Swamp. So this is really good. So if you summon Moye, they negate your Moye, you get to instant fusion, summon out the Untitled Bolus, and you got a level 4 tuner to work off with.
No. I refuse. I'm not taking it.
Gold Sart, this is in here mostly for, like I said, if they negate your Moye, you Gold Sart, you banish the Swordsoul Trap, you banish that, summon a token, and you get to make your plays right then and there. And then we play double Crossout and 1 call by. Crossout is a really good card this format because a lot of players, they're playing pretty much cards like Imperm, Ash, Veiler. So with this card in here and you go play Moye, they try to Imperm you, boom, you can hit them with Crossout. For the traps, we play double blackout. This is the one that it's the pop, so it's really good for pop, but it's also good for banishing to summon out the token. This is also mainly for the gold sark target.
Yeah,
so play double imperm. Double imperm, you know, it's pretty standard in here. You want to see imperm in here. Just make sure you negate a monster on board. And for that, and for the rest of the main deck, we play triple judgment. Again, like I said, this deck can go first or second, so I play judgment in here. This is obviously a going first card. You want to see this going first, but this works out so well. Like a lot of the times, your opponent's not gonna notice the judgments on there, or they're gonna think, "Oh, he's playing Swordsoul, so he's got 10 E's in there." No, I have the judgments. Really, really good card.
40 cards in the main?
Yep, 40 main. No
right.
more, no less.
Lots of 2-ofs, I noticed.
Yeah, it was mostly for
Space issues.
yeah, spaces.
Yep, gotcha. Alright.
All right, now on to the extra deck. For the fusions, we play the one Untitled Bolus and the one Mud Dragon. I had decided to, not too long ago, decided to play Mud Dragon because he's level 4, non-tuner, worm, water monster. So he's a worm, so he works well with Chi-Shao or banishing for Tai-A effect. And since he's a non-tuner, say if I do play Gold Sark and I end up with a token on board and I have instant fusion, I can summon him out and boom, I have a level 8 right there. So that's mainly what these are for.
It's pretty spicy, man.
Yeah. All right, and for the level 10s, we play Ruddy Rose Dragon. Yeah, this one, really good. This one, I also like to do a combo with D-Shifter. So, like, you'll summon on your first turn, you'll summon out Ruddy Rose. You'll chain link Ruddy Rose 1, and then chain link Long Yun 2, so you'll burn for 12, banish your entire grave, and then during the end phase, you just play D-Shifter. So you get your combos off, and then pretty much your opponent has no graveyard next turn.
Oh, man, that's dirty.
And then for the next level 10, we play Cheng Ying. One is standard in here, really good. Pretty much he's protected from destruction as long as you have cards in the grave. So if you were to be destroyed by a card effect, I can banish a card in grave instead. And he gains 100 attack and defense for each banished card, and your opponent's monsters also lose the same amount. And if a card is banished, if a card is banished anywhere, you can banish a card your opponent controls and in the grave, non-target. He's really good. Baron needs no introduction. Everybody knows what Baron does. This is really standard, just in Omni Negate and a pop. Alright. And we do play one level 9. We do play Shen Shen because, again, you don't want your opponent to have a graveyard, so obviously I play the one Shen Shen. Some people don't play it, but I play it.
Spice.
Yep. And that's it. And for the level 8s, we have Dragite. Dragite's in here because obviously Moye is a water, and Mud Dragon's also a water, so Dragite works well with that. And then we play Dragon Berserker the Tenyi. Pretty standard in here. It's a worm, 3K, and really good against Striker. Oh, Ray? No, negate. Or not negate, banish. So, and then we play the one Omega. Omega's really good for hand ripping. It's pretty standard. And then play 2 Chi-Shaos. This is pretty standard for 2. You know, you summon it out. It's technically a Rota for Swordsoul, so you can just grab any Swordsoul card. Really good. And we play double Boxia. Play double Boxia because Boxia bounces, and we love to see the bounces. It targets, unfortunately, but I think that's what makes the card fair. With that, and that's it for the synchros. And for the links, we have Monk and Shaman in the Tenyi. So that's pretty standard. Shaman, you know, for bringing back your worms. Monk for the shooter plays. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the extra deck. On to the side deck. For the side, play double Nibiru. This is good for, obviously, if you're going second, but it's also a good cross-out target. So, because this deck gets Nibiru'd a lot, so if you have cross-out and you're making your plays, they go to Nibiru. you can just banish this, for, you know, no Nibiru. You don't have to worry about it. Then we play double Drolls. Drolls in here, obviously, you don't want your opponent searching too much and gaining the advantage. Play the one Protoss. I play this in the side because it's better in the side. If you play it in the main and then you blind Protoss, you don't know what your opponent's playing. You call light, they could be playing Salamander, and it's just like, it just messes you up. It's better just play this
And
round
shift.
2s and 3s and shift, yeah. Play the one Harpy and the triple Lightning Storm for board wipes.
There you go.
So obviously this is, you know, board wipes. Pretty standard on that, especially for back row heavy decks. It's what you want to see. And also for clearing the board, we play the triple Cosmic Cyclone because we don't want our opponent having back row or activating any continuous or field spells like Mystic Mind.
Oh yeah, Mystic Mind. Mystic Mind Shrine, baby.
And for the traps, we play the one anti-spell, the one IP, the IO, and the one red reboot.
Damn, so much back row hate.
Yeah, I mean, considering like this deck really doesn't have a lot of back row hate except for Blackout, you really do want to put these cards in there, especially if you're going against Eldritch or PK, because especially with red reboot, you don't want to go against a PK deck without red reboot. And that's pretty much it for the Swordsoul decks. Hope y'all enjoyed that deck list. Shout out to Nick right here for filming it. And I'll see y'all.
All right, Mystic Mind Shrine, where we like rogue decks, stun decks, troll decks, anything spicy. Tune in next time. Peace.